I'm your host for this evening, and of course don't forget to put your clocks back tonight. Don't forget you put clocks back tonight. Well, actually that's a lie, but this is the part of the show that nobody ever listens to, so I just thought I'd say some nonsense. The part of the show that gives bozos a chance to look at the camera, which they're not doing tonight. But the good part of this show is great bands. The first great band of tonight's TFI Friday, Skunk and Nancy and Twisted. Skunk and Nancy, what a way to start the show. Hello. Welcome to the show. Are you all right? Oh. Welcome to the show. Hello, sir. How are you? Hello. All right. Yeah. Hey, good evening, Ref.
Stop the fight.
Good evening, Ref.
Stop the fight.
Oh, good evening, Ref.
Stop the fight.
Good evening, referee.
Stop the fight.
Good evening, Ref.
Stop the fight.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome to TFI Friday. Yes, hello, and an extremely warm welcome. Now, that's not just a figure of speech. I really, truly mean that. Because, you know, I wasn't well the other week. You have to know about that, because I never stopped talking about it. I wasn't well the other week, and I've now recovered, full recovery. Thank you very much for all your good wishes. I'm sure part of the positive vibes sent to me were responsible for getting me back on top form again.
Yeah.
But there has been, thank you, but there has been a side effect of my illness. I've actually acquired something as a side effect of my illness. I've actually acquired one of Superman's powers. I don't know what it was. It was all the weird diseases and stress I was suffering from, mixed with all the drugs that I was taking to try and get better. And now I've got one of Superman's powers. Would you like, yeah, honestly. Would you like to guess which one it is? Not the cloak. Not the cloak. No, not flying. No, not flying. No. It's not. No. Well, it's not X-ray vision, but that's close. It's heat vision. Yes. No. Honestly, I've acquired heat vision. Now, it frightened the life out of me on Tuesday when I first realised I had it. I was looking at a small child at the time, right? And ever since then, I just can burn things at will just by looking at them. But the thing is, it's no. I thought this is going to be great for the show on Friday, but it just looks like a cheap, crappy 60 quid special effect when we do it. When I do it, right? And the only good thing it's useful for is, in fact, a cheap laugh. So if you want a cheap laugh, I'm willing to do it just once. All right? This is genuine heat vision. This genuinely does happen. It looks like a cheap 60 quid effect, but this is really happening. Will?
What's that, Chris?
I think your shoelace is undone.
I don't think they are, Chris, but I'll just check.
Okay.
How'd you do that?
What?
I said, how'd you do that?
Heat vision, mate.
Great.
Heat vision, that's what it is.
Fantastic.
It's good, isn't it? Well, what a show we have for you tonight. It's going to get better. Unbelievable, I know, but it is. On tonight's show, not Nigel Benn. We've got Melvin Bragg, Chris Rea, Brian Adams, and also Charlene from the band Texas, who I really fancy. We've got Shed 7, we've got Fat Lookalikes, Ugly Bloke, and also an item called Run for Your Lives. It's the brand new Cooler Shaker single. But all week, actually, for many months now, we've been working on a brand new series for you. It was called Kids in Space, and it was going to run every Friday on TFI Friday for forever, hopefully. But we got the actual film back today, finished product, and it was nothing that we'd hoped for at all. So we're not going to put it out because we've spent the money, but that's all right. We'll go on with something else. Instead, we want another kid feature because we want the kids on the show. We've come up with Kids in MASH. Kids in MASH. Yes. Basically, this feature is Kids in MASH. And the first kid in MASH is a guy called Jamie DiSpirito, and he's outside on the patio now. There's a huge big bowl of genuine MASH. He's from Camden, he's 10 years old. His hobbies are football, swimming and horse riding, and he loves Lauren from the Fugees. He loves her. That's his favourite. So, if you can hear me, Jamie DiSpirito, pop out of the MASH now. And that, boys and girls, was the first ever Kids in MASH. Kids in MASH. Yeah, good. I like Kids in MASH a lot. It's going to go forever, isn't it? We've got 2 more Kids in MASH before the end of the show. Now I've got a little letter here. Oh no, heat vision. It really works. Got another letter here. This is fireproof, this one. Oops. This was written on Monday the 11th of November, and it's from Exeter, from a guy called John. This is John from Exeter. Thanks for the letter, John. Dear Chris, on last Friday's show, during Ugly Bloke, when the audience sang the Ugly Bloke song, there was a shot of a guy singing at the bar who was uglier than all the ugly blokes you've ever had put on together. It was really, really funny. Love, John. So let's see if John was right. Let's have a look at what he means. Let's see who he's talking about. Does he have a point? John from Exeter, we feel maybe you've got a point. Let's look at that guy again, though, because I don't know about you, but I think that's the guy from the Tango advert. Don't you? I think that's Ray Gardner from the Tango advert. In fact, I know it's Ray Gardner from the Tango advert, because last week he was supposed to be on the show, but we ran out of time. But John, he wants to reply to your letter. So let's bring in Ray Gardner from the Tango advert.
So, John, you think I'm an ugly bloke, do you? Fine, John. Enjoy your little moment of glory. Right into the show, see if I care. You know who I am? I'm Ray Gardner. You're that. You're not even that. I'll tell you what you are. You're not that. See? Not very snappy. That's what I want. Come on. Hey, come on, get me. All right. Try and go. See you next time, you mate. Come on, son. Right. See? We're not trying to go down, mate. Come on, Nick. Oh, you get next to 25. Right. Doing it after you. I'm famous. Ray Gardner. Where's that Nigel Benn?
Whoa! Ray Gardner. Now we've got to move on with the show. Right to the show, by the way, if you want, but be prepared for the worst. Here's Freaky Unique. Freaky Unique. A spot that is rapidly grabbing every individual and closet weirdo in the country and bringing them towards our studios on a Friday. Quite simply, if you reckon Mother Nature has used your body as a blueprint for some of her more balmy ideas, then write to us and let us know. On show in Freak Alley this evening, once again, 5 potential Freak or Uniquers. Here they are. Number 1, a 13-year-old boy who can make himself look pregnant. And number 2, a man with an incredibly short-sighted left eye. Number 3, our incredibly tall old lady. There she is again. Will she ever be chosen? At number 4, a man who earns £140,000 a year, works on my radio show and can peel a satsuma with one hand. And also demanded to go into makeup tonight. At number 5, a woman who looks like a little Ulrika Johnson and has a very long tongue. Now, we've only got time for 2 tonight, so who do you want to see first? Once again, a completely spontaneous and independent choice. Let's bring on number 5, a woman who looks like a little Ulrika Johnson and has a very long tongue. Hello. There she is. Okay, well, first of all, I've got to tell you that this is Michelle from Chingford. She's 23 years old, and I think you'll agree that the 3 claims, the first one is right, she is very small. Yay! But does she look like Ulrika Johnson? Well, drum roll, please. Yay! Now, number 3, does she have a very long tongue? Oh! And one more time, just a little slower. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much, Michelle. That's you, Michelle. What? Shut your face. Okay, who else? We've got time for one more. Who else do you want to see? Well, if that's what you want, that's what we'll choose. Number 1, a 13-year-old boy who can make himself look pregnant. Come on, round of applause. Thanks for coming on the show. You're Adam, aren't you?
Yep.
And Adam, you're from Leeds.
Right.
Okay, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, you excited about this?
Yeah.
Can you really make yourself look pregnant?
Yep.
Would you do it for us now? Would you mind doing for it?
No.
No, thank you. Assume the position. Thank you. And Adam, if you'd be so kind, make yourself look pregnant now. Thank you very much indeed, Adam. There he is. Thank you. TFI Friday proving that it's truly a show for kids as well. Our first guest tonight is a kingmaker, a champion of great and himself a class act. He's a man who doesn't deserve one of my low-brow verbal introductions. So here is a classy film with which to do that. Melvin Bragg. your seat. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Melvin.
Yeah.
You all right?
It's terrific. Just a controlled riot, isn't it?
No, well, yeah, it's very controlled, hopefully. Melvin, first of all, my first observation of you as a human being is you're loaded.
Well, thanks for lending me that tenner last week, and I'm fine.
Okay, but you are extremely wealthy, aren't you? You've done all right for yourself.
I'm comfortably off, yeah.
Unfold your arms, please. Thank you. When you sold your shares in LWT, how much did you sell them for?
Oh, come on. I haven't sold. I've only sold a few. So I've still got all the rest left, thank goodness, because they keep going up.
But is this talk about millions? Is all that true? And how did you get them in the first place? And have you got any spare? Or?
I've got some to spare, but alas, not for your good self.
Were they part of your wages?
They were part of a deal that we struck.
Who struck the deal?
And the deal was struck by about 40 or 50 of us who thought that we were a goner in the franchise. We were being bidded against by one of the biggest media companies in Europe,
right.
And we thought the only way we could get there was to stick together, say we'd see the franchise through, we would work for it, and we took a cut of the action if we won.
Right.
We won, we paid our own money up front, and then the thing started to go up.
So you took a personal risk then?
Yeah, a bit of a risk.
Okay, bit of a risk. How much clout have you got in television?
Well, I don't know who's got clout in television, really. I think program makers have got clout. You've got a lot of clout because they want your talent on the show.
We got that card, Will. We got that card. Where is it? Is it? Not as much as you, Chris. There you go. Yeah, another predictable guest on the show. No, it's not quite predictable. We got it slightly wrong, but I thought you might mention me there. But no, you have got tremendous clout, haven't you? I mean, you're highly respected. You wield a big axe.
Well, in a small area. I mean, if anybody's interested in arts television, and those who are, then I've been at it for about 25, 30 years. So it builds up over the time.
Most of my heroes, for some reason, seem to like a drink, right?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Absolutely.
All right, good.
Certainly.
Excellent. And I don't know if this is true, but I've been told that you go teetotal for 1 week out of every 4.
I do. I go teetotal the 1st to the 8th of every month.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
About 9 or 10 years ago, because in this business you get a lot of drinks free. And if you like drinking like I do, you just knock a few back and think, hold on a bit. And I wanted a control system. Now, 2 things I knew about drink. One was that I liked drink, I wanted to keep drinking. Not excessively, but I wanted to. B, it was a pleasure, and so to give up a pleasure is stupid. So I had to find out a stupid way to give up a pleasure. Right. And it is very stupid to give up drink for the first 8 days of every month. But I can remember it.
And does it work? Does it truly work?
It does,
and how does it manifest itself? I mean,
well, my secretary says I'm very bad-tempered. People try not to arrange meetings in the first 8 days. I desperately try to arrange all my meetings in the first 8 days. It works all right.
Now, you've written 16 novels. Which one is the worst? Do you look back at one and thought, no, I don't really. I shouldn't have really put that one out.
Yeah, it's your favourite.
Is it?
No.
Go on.
I know which one's the worst. It was quite a difficult choice. The ones that I don't know. There was a novel called Kingdom Come. I wasn't very pleased with. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having another crack at that. But actually, anybody who's written fiction would really like to take it back after a few years and write it again, but by that time you moved on to the next thing.
Now, you're very successful now, but you were brought up in a pub, is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Now, I don't know. You're brought up in a pub, you're extremely educated, you're very informed, you're a novelist, you're a socialist, very well publicised socialist, but what class are you? Because I think you're a bit posh, but your biography doesn't suggest that.
Yeah. Well, it's a mixture, isn't it? I mean, I was brought...
See the way, that's a posh thing to say.
It's a posh thing to say, yeah. Well, I actually was brought up in a working class town. It started off in a council yard, if you really want to know.
Right.
And then we went into a pub, which was mainly a beer house. And then I won a scholarship to Oxford, and like in the good old Darwinian tradition, I started to adapt and started to talk like people I was talking to and with all the time. And got into this media business, television, and I suppose I'm sort of media class.
Okay, that's a good answer. Were you originally working class, though, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
So there's hope for me yet. Goldie Hawn says that sex and lots of it keeps her looking good. Well, you're looking good, Melvin. Don't you think, girls?
Yeah. I'd just like to say thanks very much to Goldie.
Okay, all right. I know you know a lot about a lot of people, and surely you must know about a lot of philosophers, or maybe some. I don't know who your favourite is, but one of my favourites is Shaun Ryder, believe it or not, right? Seriously, he's a great thinker. And one of the lines out of one of his songs, it says, "Who's got the biggest brain?" Who's got the biggest brain? I bet you, because if anybody knows, you will know who's got the biggest brain.
At the moment, you mean, alive?
I don't know, yeah.
Well, there's a man called Stephen Jay Gould, an American who knows an immense amount about paleontology, astronomy, physics, neurology, neurobiology, literature, culture. I would say Stephen Jay Gould. He's just got a new book out called Life's Grandeur. It's worth reading. And he knows a lot about baseball.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, you can get through it, of course. Now, your show, the South Bank Show, we've got to be quick now. There's so many, we've never got enough time to interview anybody. But your show, the South Bank Show, over 500 South Bank shows.
Yeah.
Right. Are they getting more lightweight on purpose? Were you forced to make them more accessible?
Absolutely not. We've always had a mixture. Our first show, the first show we ever did, about 500 ago, I had von Karajan, the great German conductor I could have put out, Ingmar Bergman, one of my favourite film directors I put, but I deliberately led with a terrific film on Paul McCartney, because I wanted to say, look, popular art, the best popular art, whether it's popular entertainers or popular movies and that is just as much worth attention as traditional art. So we've always mixed. And this season we've had Victoria Wood and Howard Hodgkin, one of our great painters. We've had John Mills, and we have Jimmy McGovern of Cracker fame, one of our finest writers.
Will you ever do a Melvin Bragg South Bank show?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There isn't enough material.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you something, Melvin. It takes a lot to get this lot to shut up during answers to questions. So thank you very much, Melvin Bragg. Thank you very much. Still to come, Chris Rea, Charlene from the band Texas, who I really fancy, Brian Adams, Shed 7, Ugly Bloke and Fat Lookalikes, and in 3 minutes more, Kids in MASH.
The biggest new releases are in Woolies this Christmas.
Fun-loving criminals present Come Find Yourself. Includes both hit singles Scooby Snacks and The Fun-Loving Criminal. Come Find Yourself, the highly acclaimed debut album from Fun-Loving Criminals.
That was a silly camera shot, that.
It was nothing to do with me.
That was not in rehearsal.
Right,
It was a waste of 15 seconds.
He's gone mad, I don't.
Doesn't mean anything. Not my fault. It's like something off Wow on ITV on a Saturday morning. What do you mean, oh? What do you mean, oh? It's a kid's show. What? What? Right, okay. So here, the Lemmings are in again. Good evening, friends, and thanks for tuning in. My name's Chris, I'm your host for the next couple of minutes or so. Still to come on the show, not Nigel Benn, Chris Rea. Brian Adams is going to be on the show, and Shed 7. It's all very exciting, plus Charlene from Texas, who I really, really fancy. But all night tonight, we are presenting our new feature. It's Kids in MASH. Okay, our second Kid in MASH is waiting outside on the patio. Don't know what the heck that was. But Rory Muir is in the dish of MASH there, from Beaconsfield. Rory's 9 years old, his hobbies are football, squash and golf, and he eats pizza whenever possible. That's what he says. Don't know what he's doing in the MASH, but I hope he's having a good time anyway. Rory, please, pop out of the MASH now. It's another Kid in MASH, everyone.
Kids in MASH.
And from that to this.
Ugly blokes, now we salute them. This isn't a joke, cause everybody loves them. One day you'll know, I just hope to be a ugly bloke.
Okay, it's time for this week's Ugly Bloke, and from now on, of course, Ugly Blokes must have a talent. This one has. Would you like to meet him? Yeah! Let's bring him on!
Ugly blokes, now we salute them. This isn't a joke, cause everybody loves them. One day
You're
you'll
right.
know, I just
Thanks for
hope to
coming
be a ugly bloke.
Ugly Bloke, yes, here he is. What's your name, my friend?
Daz Vigley from Leeds.
Daz?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Daz from Leeds, everyone. Tell me, Daz, what do you do for a living in Leeds?
Forklift truck driver.
Forklift truck driver. Is it gas or electric?
Gas.
Gas forklift truck driver. You may not know what that means, but to us, ex-forklift truck drivers, I completely understand that. You have all my sympathy, and I hope you get onto electric soon. It's a nightmare. The tilt's not as good on the gas,
No,
is it? It's a nightmare.
terrible.
I know, the forks don't. Anyway, so do you have a talent?
I've got a talent.
What have you got, mate?
My talent is, I own a shirt, what was Peter Lorimer played in it at Wembley in 1972 FA Cup final.
Well, he's playing for Leeds, yeah? Okay, you've got that shirt.
I've got that
That's
shirt.
a great talent. Let's see your talent. Here we go. Nice one, nice one. Number 7, Peter Lorimer. How did you get this? How did you get it?
Asked him for it.
No, but when? What happened?
I went round Friday night to his pub. He's got a pub near me.
Right.
I just called in.
And you told him you're coming on the show last Friday.
Yeah.
He's had it for, what, 24 years?
Yeah.
And he gave it to you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Peter Lorimer. There you are. Okay, are you ready to turn down the gorgeous girl?
Ready.
You must say no.
I will.
Just say no. Okay, let's bring on the gorgeous girl. Here we go.
Hi, Dad. I'm at university doing a science paper on love bites. The only thing is, there are certain parts of my body I just can't reach. I want to do some research.
Sorry, love, you're not my type.
The gorgeous girl. And Daz, thank you very much, Daz.
Ugly blokes, now we salute them. This isn't a joke, cause everybody loves them. One day you'll know, I just hope to be a ugly bloke.
Okay, it's nice to hear the Ugly Bloke theme tune catching on, and if you want to be on Ugly Bloke and you have a talent, you must have a talent right too. I'm an Ugly Bloke with a talent, Ginger TV, London W1P8AE. In a few minutes' time, we've got an item called Run For Your Lives. It's the new Cooler Shaker single. But now we have the new Shed 7 single. Here it is, with Shed 7.
There's things that I regret, like being called a nervous wreck and working up another sweat bead. There's nothing I can do for counterparts and bleeding hearts and all the things that fall apart for me. I don't keep my secrets that
Good band. Cool, man. Cool. Shed 7 and Chasing Rainbows. They're one of our favourites. Also, another of our favourite bands who we've championed right from the beginning. I hope you'll agree with me here. I think we deserve just a little bit of credit. If there's any to be given, I don't know. If there is, please, let's just have a little 2 ounces or so. And what the band I'm talking about, Cooler Shaker. Cooler Shaker, a great band, very talented band. The song sound good on CD. They're excellent live, excellent. And you know, the first song was "Grateful When You're Dead." It wasn't a hit, but it's a great song. You should listen to it. Check it out. It's a great song. Also, you had your "Coolie Coolie," it had "Bah," and you have your "Hey Dude," don't you? And they're all good. But we're a bit worried about them at the moment. Okay? Yes, because of the new song. I'm just a bit worried about the new song. That's all. And I'm always honest with people I like. Okay? The new song is called Govinda. Is it Govinda? What's it called? Govinda. It's Govinda, isn't it? Govinda. But I don't know if you know, but it's all sang in a very strange language. It's sang completely in Sanskrit. I mean, you got your Coolie Coolie, you got your Tatva, but to follow that with your Govinda, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. So, but we may be wrong. We may be wrong. So what we did is we've checked it out on some people who we think may know a little bit more than us about it. We've given it to some Indian restaurateurs and waiters to listen to.
It's good, it's not. 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 It's good, it's not.
It's good, isn't it? The thing is, it is very good. It's very good. We came up with that a couple of weeks ago, and since then we've not actually taken the record off in the office, so we do actually quite like it. We've got an acquired thing here as well. It's called, you can write in with this, you can send things in. It's called, I've got something that sounds like the new Cooler Shaker single. I've got something at home. This is what gave us the idea. This is it. It's my mosque alarm clock. And give me a moment. Give me a moment. So if you have anything similar to that, then why don't you send it in? Now, at this point, we were going to welcome Nigel Benn, but for reasons beyond our control that you may or may not know about if you've seen the news tonight, he's not here. So, Nigel, well, I don't know. Nigel. Right. So what did we do? We went to the pub, right? We truly did. We went to the pub, and you will not believe what I'm about to say, but we went to the pub, and in the pub was a rock star, right? Called Charlene from Texas, the lead singer from Texas, and she was in the pub. And I said, Charlene, would you come on? Nigel Benn's dropped out. And she said, yeah, and she's here now. Charlene. Oh, how unfortunate it is that Nigel Benn dropped out.
Yeah, for Nigel.
Oh, goodness me. So, look, you were in London for a specific reason. Would you like to tell everybody what that was?
Do it?
If you like. Tell the truth.
I was here, I came down yesterday because I was going to do it, and then I wasn't going to do it. And then Nigel lost it today, and I came on. I was in the pub. I came down to see one of the girls that's leaving at the record company, and the record company was around the corner from here, and I was sitting in the pub.
And I
saying
wandered
goodbye
over.
to her, and you wandered over.
And what was I wearing?
I can't tell anybody.
I was wearing a lion suit.
He was friendly lion.
I was wearing a lion costume, and I said, this is exactly what I wanted to be wearing when I met you.
It was, you looked very cute.
Did I?
Yes, you
Thank
did.
you very much indeed.
You did.
Thank you very much
You did.
indeed. Well, you know, we've had a sort of on-off relationship all week, haven't we? Because
You can call it that if you want.
all right, well, your mum's not very happy with me.
My mum is really, she's very upset at what you said on the radio.
What did I say? Which particular bit is she upset about?
I'm not going to have words put in my mouth here. I mean, you know what you said. My mother knows what you said.
Right.
And it didn't, you know, it involved below your waist.
Did you say you're not going to have words put in your mouth? Great.
Done.
All right. All right, no, all right. But it was... Oh, don't! The cowards at the back are saying, I don't know what are those grunts and groans mean? Those, I don't know. But
They probably don't know, that's why they're just grunting and groaning.
But it was complimentary, wasn't it? And it was off the back of a, like, you know, I think you're great, and it's nice to have you back.
It was.
Now, I don't know if you've ever witnessed Charlene's band at all, but I went to see it at the Town and Country Club in London. I've talked about it a lot. I've seen you many times, but it was one of the best gigs I've ever been to. Now, you're back on the scene, right?
Yep.
You're on your fourth album.
Fourth album.
And you said it's your job to reinvent the band now.
Yeah.
What is that? Why?
Well, I guess, you know, it's like, the thing is really as a band we couldn't be put in a studio together and, you know, given our instruments and play because we'll just sound like we always sound, so we kind of tried to go for a different approach. We recorded most of it in my house in Glasgow.
Because you've not done anything for 3 years, so you've...
Put me in the whole cupboard to do my vocals.
You've literally been a hermit, though, like you said, but it's nice to have you back. You're going around the world next year, you're back now, big time. Texas are back, hopefully.
Yeah, January the new single comes out.
All right, well, see, the reason I'm getting so excited, the reason I'm just so excited about Charlene is A, that I'm completely in love with her, but B, they do happen to be a fantastic band, and she's got a voice like you wouldn't believe. Now, can you just show everybody what I mean so they don't think I'm talking out of my bum hole? Can you do that for me?
No, look, you said it.
What?
You said that. You
well,
said that.
There's your guitar, so get your guitar and just give us a minute or something.
Why don't you play the guitar?
All right. You'll be glad to know it's an a cappella song and she only wants the first chord. Is that right?
No, you told me you could only play one chord.
I can only play one chord. I hope it's a C that you need.
So do I.
Is it a C?
No, it's a C.
Do you want the whole chord or just the one note?
Just one chord.
One chord.
One note.
Okay, then you'd sing for us.
And then I'll sing to you.
Thank you. See you after. Oh, okay.
The guitar's out of tune.
Oh, no!
I will again. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of on my own. Won't you help me, boy, just as soon as you can? Hey, I guess you know that I love you so, even though you don't want me no more. Hey, 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 I'm crying tears, honey, through the years, yeah. I'll tell you like it is, honey, love me if you can, baby, yeah. I'm tired, baby, I'm tired of being here alone by myself now. I'll tell you, I'm tired, baby. Tired of being all wrapped up in the night, yeah. In my dreams, nothing but you, baby. Sometimes I wonder.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See what I mean? See what I mean? You see what I mean? Texas, you've got to go and see them. You've got to get their album. It's out soon. Still to come, Chris Rea, Brian Adams, Fat Lookalikes, and more Kids in MASH.
The Lightning Seeds' new album, including the hit singles Ready or Not and What If, for only $12.99. Track it down at our price.
From estate agents to electricians, 1 free call, 5 them all. 3 pages, 0800 192 192.
Absolutely Fabulous, the last shout. No more Patsy and Eddie. This is the farewell video with fabulous outtakes and classic clips.
I'll get something on you yet.
Outtakes, classic clips, and the last shout, the collector's edition of Absolutely Fabulous.
Well, you grow older. And now I realise how much Dad and I have in common. Like his love of old cars. In fact, some say I'm the image of my father, just before he started losing his hair. So I decided to break a family tradition.
Regain is the only product medically proven to restrict common hereditary hair loss, with visible results in 4 out of 5 men. Regain. Break a family tradition.
Here, thank goodness I came. Norm's the name, sensible's the game. Oh, what a skimpy garment. It's just a pair of underpants upside down. This is you, polyester, double stitching, and boiling the bag. Grey will never go out of fashion because it's never been in fashion. Listen to me, it's Norm. That's not a skirt, that's a belt. Wear orange and everyone will look at you.
Oh. Twix, a break from the norm.
I look at you and I see myself.
I look at you and I see my world.
As long as we're together, time can't touch us.
Eternity for Men, Calvin Klein.
With the key of science, he's unlocked the gates of hell. Marlon Brando, Val Kilmer, The Island of Dr. Moreau.
The Finest is the best of the Fine Young Cannibals on CD for only $12.99. Track it down at our price.
Welcome back to the show. Here we are. This is TFI Friday, and as you can see, Will's here, the producer of the show. We've got a problem once again. The show's massively overrunning. We have to either drop the last Kids in MASH or Fat Lookalikes. Will, what are we going to do?
I think we have to lose Fat Lookalikes because Kids in MASH is going down a storm.
OK, we're getting phone calls already about the Kids in MASH, so that's what we'll do. Thank you, Will. There's nothing like a decision. Whether it's right or wrong, you made a decision. It's very difficult to make a decision. Thank you. Not enough decisions made in the world today. Oh, good. On next week's show, we've got a great lineup here. We've got Stephen Fry, Barry Manilow, Samuel L. Jackson, Sting, Sheryl Crow, and also Charlene from Texas again. But now it's time for our final Kid in MASH. Let's go outside to the patio once again and join our third Kid in MASH. Is that kid really in MASH? That kid's almost out of the MASH. All right, never mind. It's Sapphire Elia from Islington. She's only 8 and apparently she's quite scared of being deep in the MASH, I've just been told. So she's slightly out of the MASH, and in a moment she'll be a bit more out of the MASH. Her hobbies are singing, dancing, but definitely not being in MASH. She really likes Patsy from EastEnders. She thinks Patsy's tops. There you are. OK, so Sapphire Elia, please pop out of the MASH now. Now, apologies for Fat Lookalikes, but we'll have the same two back next week, and then you'll find out what they look like and who they are. Our last guest is the wonderful man, the wonder boy behind Girl in a Sports Car, the song I've been playing on the radio all week. I love him because not only does his voice have the resonance of a vibrator under 6 feet of sand, but also because his surname seems to just end in midair. It's Chris Rea. you, Chris?
I've got a terrible hangover.
I know you said this. You said it's a terrible place to have a hangover.
It certainly is. Very loud.
Was that because you had your premiere of your film last night?
I did, yes.
Did you have were you very pleased with that? Were you very celebratory? Did you think it went well? Is it a good film? Are you happy with it? Did it go down?
I didn't see it. I was outside waiting for you, and you never turned up.
I know. I was trying to write some jokes for the show, but obviously I failed, as you've witnessed in the last hour. Anyway, so this film, all about Ferraris.
It's about a little boy who loves Ferraris.
Okay, and
it's mainly about this record.
I'll tell you something about this record.
This is my new record, and it is out tomorrow. Go and buy it.
This record, that a lot of people are telling Chris he shouldn't have made, and I've listened to it, and they're damn wrong, man. It's a cracking record, and you know how much I like the song I've been playing all week. But tell us, is it autobiographical, the film?
The little boy in the tin car is, but the bit where he grows up and his dad's in an ice cream factory.
Yeah.
And he wants to get loads of money so he can buy a Ferrari.
Right.
So he pinches the family recipe for the vanilla ice cream.
Don't tell us everything, because otherwise people won't go and see it.
That's all right, it's a double hook.
Oh, cool. All right. Sorry.
I've read books, me.
Hey!
Don't be put off by this accent.
All right, man.
Where am I from?
The northeast.
Where am I from?
Where?
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough. The northeast, safe answer, you see. Didn't want to pinpoint it. Anyway, it's about Ferraris. It's about a little boy.
Yeah.
Right, but the most exciting thing for me, apart from the cars, which you know I love, and I know you love, and I know you own one, or several. One or several?
I haven't got any of them. I've got a Volvo 960.
Have you? All right, fair enough. Well, buy this and he'll buy another Daytona or something. But it's the song and it's the voice. And can you do a bit of the voice and a bit of the music in the bar for us now, please? Because it's the most beautiful sound I've heard for many years.
I've never done this before.
Okay, he's never done this before. Never before.
Never done this before.
This is the new single.
When I was a boy, I had a dream. It never came true, but somehow it seems when I drift away and not knowing so, there's a certain time and a place I go. Every heart's got its moment written on its soul. Just a minute in its lifetime of a happiness untold. Oh, the smallest grain of sand in time, your own shadow sets you free, and you turn to your reflection, and your heart cries out.
Don't forget the extended show at 11:10, but with a title track from his 4 million selling album. Yes, it's 18 Till I Die. Here's Bryan Adams.
I wanna be young for the rest of my life. Never say no, try anything twice. Till the angels come and ask me to fly. I'm gonna be 18 until I die. 18 till I die. Can't live forever. It's wishful thinking. Whoever said that must have been drinking. Don't wanna give up. I don't see why. I couldn't care less if time by. just wanna say, why bother with what happened yesterday? It's not my style.